I still will choose you first.
At first you didn't mean that much to me, but now I know you're all I need and more. The world is so brand new to me. Now that I've got love,
Yeah, and everything that I do it for you.
I don't know the word.
How I feel, so believe it's true.
Love. I think you got that, don't it?
Quiet boy.
Got that false sound, nigga.
This how I'm feeling inside. Every line that I ride, I just hope I don't cry. I'm just fitting. Yeah, I'm just fitting.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Dropping Dymes, man.
Fuck that.
Episode 7.
Man, I'm supposed to be cool today. Yeah, look, I did notice something though. I do want, hey man, I gotta calm the fuck down. What you mean? That clip you was, I do have. You be chilling. I'm gonna be chill this episode. You be chilling. I'm chilling. Yeah. Nah, this about to be a new Brandon.
Episode
we don't
7.
want no new Brandon. No, I feel like I need to grow up.
Our motherfucking angelic episode. Episode of completion.
7. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
We're not done though. God.
Yeah. Shouts out to the big God. Yeah, man.
7 days.
Shout out to big God.
Hey, he ain't no snitch, but I'm always gonna tell my truth though. Man, I said fuck it. I know. That's why I had to go ahead and get it in for the team, man. Get it in for the team.
So man, look, let's talk about the week, man. How was y'all week? How was the week, brother?
Week been cool, man.
Okay.
Week been cool. I've been stepping up with a lot of things in my life right now.
Brandon, I noticed in that since we started this fitness challenge, you've been coming this motherfucker with jackets on and shit. I feel like you're trying to hide. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to hide his, like he's trying to hide his. So the people don't even know we on a fitness. So we
40-day fitness challenge.
40-day fitness challenge.
Yeah.
And we signed up for it quietly. We ain't want to tell y'all what was going on. We just gonna come back on this motherfucker rip. I been eating French fries. Shit ain't been working out for me.
I actually had some yesterday. I did.
But this is definitely been coming this bitch with jackets on and
sweaters,
hoodies. And shit.
Sweating like, look, bro stopped at Walmart before he got here last week.
Like, yeah, I got this bitch from Walmart 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. Listen, we made the challenge and I'm competitive. That's all. Facts. We gonna see. We'll see.
Okay.
I had a lot of work to do though. That's transparency. And, I had a lot of work, and it was more so to get us started. Get you started. Lifestyle. Us. So a challenge. I know how all of us are. Yeah. Byron was talking the most shit the first day. Oh, nigga, just wait. Goddamn. Like, he made me nervous. Watch the eye disappear. Yeah. He made me nervous.
Shit is still disappearing. I don't want y'all to think it's slipping out here.
I'm working, but still got a lot of work to do. But the 40 days, if you could do something consistently 40 days, you can keep doing it. So I needed my first 40 so I could. Yeah, I think they say 21 days build a habit, but I think it's actually a little longer than that. Hell yeah. Because I've done something for 21 days straight and then fell off the boat. But 40 days.
Man, but you know what? I think because we hear 21 days, we think like I'm gonna do it 5 days this week, 5 days next week.
I'll be like 3 weeks, 7 days straight.
Just straight.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to have a habit, but I think 40 days you can figure out where your pitfalls are, where your issues are, how you can overcome them, and then you can get that momentum to be consistent in 40 days. So that's my shit. What's funny is though, it's funny that you just noticed that though. I literally had on a t-shirt this morning. I was like, put on a jacket.
Yeah, that guy noticed. Like it came in this motherfucker last week.
I see the last week.
Yeah, last episode. He was
like, I'm on y'all last. I'm like, covered up right now.
Like, why is it's hot in here?
But we'll make it through.
So you're really working on your fitness challenge as we film because you're sweating.
You see that? Bars.
I
wore my little sauna suit. I got my hoodie, my sweater on, bro. You built already. But you already. You just swole.
It's cool.
We're gonna post the pictures too on the Dropping Dymes.
No, the fuck we not. No, the entire fuck we're not.
I thought that was part of it.
We're gonna draw the album.
He gonna drop
part of these. Not me.
I don't want no parts.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look, I figured that would get you guys on the spot.
Yeah, on the spot.
Yeah, I'm chilling today.
Look, he over here sweating and everything, bro.
It's hot, but we good.
I bet.
So, man, how was your week? How was your week, brother?
This week was introspective, man. Actually, somebody threw that word at me earlier today, this morning on the call.
That's the word of the day, right?
Shouts out to
I
Roger.
heard you got another one. Yeah, shouts out to brother Roger again. But yeah, I've been really looking at who I am after our talk 2 weeks ago. I really started to look back at like who I am, what I'm doing, what's the goal, and am I really experiencing and learning today? And I'm still in the middle of that.
Are you enjoying life?
As it hits you.
Yeah. I feel like I do a good job of like looking back like, yeah, that made me feel good, but I need to do a better job of like in the moment.
I was about to say like looking back is dope. Looking back is dope. But in the moment, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, and that's something I'm working on. That was part of my introspective week.
That's cool.
I did enjoy a few things this week, and I just tried to stay present in the moment.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all brothers for calling me out, calling me to the table.
That's what we here for.
When I looked at the episode, I was like,
like that was a little rough. That was a little rough. But you know what? I feel like the crazy thing is because we're all athletes at heart, right?
Yeah.
Like we got like a certain type of mentality, and we have a certain, I guess, toughness, right? Like our skin is a little thicker.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to hear shit a certain way. Like you know how your mom be like, "Hey, go wash dishes," and you be like, "All right." And she be like, "Go wash dishes." You be like, "All right." And then she be like, "Get your ass up and wash dishes." You be like, "All right." And then be like, "Why I got to talk to you like that to get that out of you?" So I think sometimes as athletes and just as humans, like men too, we got to hear it a certain way. Because if we get it too soft, it's almost like whatever.
I'm not apologizing for what we did, but we could have did it off air.
Bro, but I appreciate it, bro, because honestly, that's what we here for like some real shit. So to me,
but the funny part about it is, Wallace, the shit, it wasn't script, like it wasn't like it just came.
I don't know where we weren't even supposed to get there. I was like, we have the intervention right now.
It just came,
So. Bro, let me tell you something I heard this week though. This guy said the man who actually walks and takes those steps to his end goal gets more from it than the person who is just dropped off at his end goal.
Facts.
Like the person who wins, like he may even won right?
The race, yeah.
He may have won the race and got the prize, but the person who actually took the steps to get there actually won.
It's like you ever seen a cartoon where somebody's in a marathon race and they start the race, they hop in a cab, drive around the block, and then they finish at the end. They finish first. They might even stand on the podium and get the medal. But the person that ran every inch of those 26.2 miles, that's the person that really won.
It's the process, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
And you learn more in that process.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
next time you do it.
And again, back to what you said, you can look back and be like, man,
I pushed through all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And carry that the rest of your life.
So I respect it. I respect.
Put me in the cab sometime. Shit, fuck it.
Fuck that cab shit.
Hey, look, sometimes you want to, let me go halfway. And then call the cab. Call the Uber.
It's the Uber.
Pushing through so long, man. Why I can't get a cab?
We don't do cabs no more.
Cartoons have changed. Niggas ain't catching cabs no more. They just get on their phone and pull up a Uber.
Man, you old. You brought up that old ass analogy. Not me. That nigga. But you know.
He actually said something about the cab.
52?
Yeah. Smooth as a
man, let's start this fucking pod, man. Damn.
So let's get into it, man. This week was a crazy one.
Crazy.
By the time y'all see this, it'll probably be old news, but it's new news right now.
Yeah.
Man, the NFL has been going crazy. Like
the Super Bowl was the end of the season,
Yeah, well, not even so much the end of the season, but I can honestly say some shit that's been going on, I can't say that I ever would have thought would have happened.
Like I'm saying the Super Bowl was supposed to be the end.
Yeah.
But now this is still popping.
Yeah.
I love it though.
And it's even bigger surprise than the Super Bowl. Like the Super Bowl could have been a fucking last.
Look, it's a 50-50.
Like a last play touchdown.
We on our edge of our seat. Like, what's happening, bro? Yeah. I thought it was over after Davante.
Burrow just got a motherfucking tackle.
I seen.
Hey, shit.
I seen. He got half a old line. They got 3 lines.
About to be spooky, man.
Hey.
But yeah,
so, we'll see.
Let's talk about the biggest one. Well, not even the big. I ain't gonna say the biggest one because there's been a bunch of big moves. What you
think the biggest one is? Go ahead.
No.
Use the word.
It's a lot. It was a lot of big moves. Again, we want to shout out Deshaun, man, because second grand jury just said we ain't even gonna push through with it. Yeah. So that's another big thing for him, man. But man, Cheetah
to the Dolphins.
Tyreek Hill. I feel like one of the biggest moves. Yeah, man.
The biggest move to me.
You think so?
Yes. Did not. So
I don't.
I'm sure.
Why do you think it's the biggest?
So this is why I think it's the biggest. All right. So they don't have many weapons over there in the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
You got Mahomes.
Boy, they got a lot.
Tight end. And you got
Kelsey. Yeah.
That's it. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Now, them 3 are a huge impact to what goes on in the offense. They added Juju, so I'm like, shit. That's major.
Yeah.
So, what I was thinking
I don't know about major.
It's major.
It's good
because it gives you a strong beat receiver.
It's good.
But also they still had the kid. What was the kid name that went to Georgia? The one that was fast.
Oh, McCole Hardman.
Yeah.
I don't know that. No, I do know Hardman. I'm sorry. Hardman was good. So look, Juju, Hardman, Cheetah, and Kelsey.
That is scary when you say it. That's scary.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, oh, these boys strapped. That's it. That is it. Cheetah leaves, it brings them down.
Man, a lot.
So look, they the top offense probably in the league with that offense
for like 5 minutes.
But when he's gone, they not even the best in their conference.
Exactly. So now, right? So
might not
let's
even
just
be
say
the best at the house.
Me and you, for instance, right?
Yeah.
You the better receiver than me.
Right.
But if I can goddamn run 3-9 routes, that frees you up.
Take the top off of me. Yeah.
Come on. And if they leave me, I'm open. Yeah. Right? That's what Cheetah did.
Yeah.
So I didn't see him leaving. I'm thinking this is the perfect situation.
On the field.
On the field.
Yeah.
When he left, that's why it was huge to me. I'm like, it didn't make no sense. That's huge.
It makes sense to him, and that's what
to him. No, I'm talking about to me as a fan.
So that's why I appreciated his move so much, is because it wasn't even about like, I know what y'all doing for the team.
Yeah.
But this opportunity for me to maximize. You know, he was a 5th round draft pick, somebody that ain't nobody really looking at, and now I get to splash the biggest receiver deal ever.
So I think a big part of it is, bro, they gave the quarterback $500 million.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
So you had to move.
He saw that.
You had to move some people because you couldn't even afford to pay the rest of your big time players.
But see, he saw that he could get paid next year off his contract because he still had a year or 2 left on his contract. But he saw Davante Adams because he requested a trade. Davante Adams got his deal. And he's like, look, I know you're not going to be able to give me the deal that I want.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead. And they understood, like, look, you as receivers, like, toward that, when they think you got 2 years left of maximum ability, they trying to trade. He's like, look, I know y'all want to trade me right now because of where I'm at in my career. And Davante just made this splash. I know his dollars out there because Davante should get more money than Cheetah, honestly.
For sure.
Yeah.
But because of the way the market played, like, I love this business move for Cheetah. For him to go out and make that jump and then pick the Dolphins and the Jets, I'm going to the Dolphins.
All right,
yeah,
so look,
absolutely.
Is he going? This is something else I thought about. Right? Is he going to the Dolphins or is he going to Miami? Because it don't make sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Why?
It's the dollars.
They're not winning nothing.
The dollars. I got a championship.
See, you stuck on that.
No, I'm saying why not?
Tua. They're not winning shit.
What do you mean Tua? Bro,
this talks.
I know.
Think about no.
He got
think
this.
about
what he got this.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So
think about what you
Miami.
Bro, it wasn't like he was catching 60-yard bombs. He was catching slants.
He was catching 60-yard bombs too.
But he was catching against the Bills. What put the Bills out of it?
That was a dig.
That was a dig.
Okay.
But I feel what you're saying. He's comfortable.
That's 10 yards.
He's comfortable.
That's 15 yards.
Whatever quarterback I want to feel with, I can take it to the crib.
Yeah.
But
so to me, the difference is he ain't Randy Moss. He ain't got to run 60 yards and out jump people. He can catch a short route and take it home. Yeah.
And you know why? Because my quarterback can buy some time. I can get open and I can do what I do.
But you don't need to buy time for a slant.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, the only thing that I'm concerned about is Mahomes' defenses had the fear that we can go deep. In Miami, you don't have a fear that Tua's gonna throw the ball 50 yards down the field.
So to me now, and this may be a little biased. Don't turn this nigga. Take this weak ass purple and yellow. But like realistically, Tua can throw the ball, bruh. But what time and what receivers did he have? Because when let's talk college.
Davante Parker was balling before he got hurt.
Let's talk college.
He had a tight end.
He threw the ball. He threw the ball deep at Alabama, accurately too. Come on now.
It's different when you got the best team.
Because when y'all had y'all before y'all had y'all one season, before y'all had y'all one season,
you ugly.
Before y'all one season, he was bombing y'all ass, and he bombed y'all.
It's different when you got the best team on the field
and the best receiving core.
But
you see the picture with 5 receivers going first round.
But now they're putting receivers around him, and I want to address that. Bro.
Go ahead,
because I feel like
they got two of the same receivers. But go ahead.
I feel like they didn't. I feel like this is another thing. I said it in our group chat earlier this week. Now they putting all these people around to win games after Flores is gone. And we see this happen all the time. Like
we're making this something else. I get
are
that.
We making this something else?
I'm with you on that. But we talking about what there was not gonna happen in Miami.
I think also to counter that, it's also timing. Like Tyreek wasn't available last year.
Yeah, no, I get
he's
that.
available now,
bro,
and they made a move.
But there were a lot of players that were available.
But who are you willing to drop 5 draft picks for? Nobody.
Bro, it ain't. But that's what I'm saying.
Before Tyreek and Davante, there were no receivers that were that caliber on the market.
Yeah, 5 draft picks. But realistically, we're talking. All right, so we're talking 5 draft picks for him. But there were other receivers. Even when we talking trades, because you just gave up 5 draft picks.
Right.
When OBJ became available, why didn't we say, all right, we'll give y'all 3 picks for that?
Maybe they didn't feel OBJ was the compliment they needed. Because honestly, Waddle, he caught 80 balls last year. He caught a lot of underneath passes. Now you got somebody that makes the defense scared down the field. So now that creates more opportunity. So Tyreek's effect on the field is more than just him catching the ball. So Odell maybe they didn't consider him to be that guy. But the way that what's the name affects the field.
Are you being serious right now?
You got to be honest.
I am.
Odell, when he came back from injury, they didn't expect or anticipate him to be the guy that.
But he was.
No, he wasn't.
How not?
Look at his catches with the Rams.
Okay, look at
his catches with the Rams. He had 2 touchdowns that were more than 30 yards.
Look what opened up for Cup.
He was already open, dog.
He was open at the crib. He was open at the house.
Look, he was open on the way to the crib, on the way to the stadium.
I get he's a fucking animal,
man.
And I'm not taking nothing from him.
Mental master.
When you got Odell over there, you can't do nothing but smile if you're Cup. Because what are you gonna do? Pick your partner.
Agree, but are you more afraid right now in their career of Tyreek Hill or Odell Beckham? And
right.
and look, I still love Odell as my favorite receiver in the league.
Super Bowl.
Bet.
If he didn't get hurt, that game is out of hand.
He didn't. He got hurt, and Cooper Kupp still handled his business.
But that game gets out of hand because of who he is.
Exactly. Yeah. I understand that. We talking about here and here, but I'm talking about Tyreek changes the field. The only reason
Waddle,
yes,
they doing the same fucking thing.
No, he's not. No. Tyreek is down there.
Waddle can be. It's the same speed.
But I'm talking about the way that they play him.
The
way that they use him last year was everything underneath. So now I got 2 levels of speed of the fastest people in the league.
I don't think it was a good idea, and they're not gonna win shit. But that's just me.
Hey,
who aren't they gonna beat in their conference?
Hey, 10 months from now, let's talk.
Because they was running. Because the Patriots,
Colts, baby, let's go.
get the fuck with Matt Ryan. Like y'all really just fell the fuck off. No, I'm not crazy.
No, they got better though.
Yeah. From what y'all had,
he got more time in the pocket.
Yeah, from what y'all had,
they were one game away from the playoffs.
We'll go to the playoffs.
Congratulations.
We'll go 2 rounds in the playoffs.
I can see that. I think that was a good move.
Fuck, you got your hand off.
Deal. He was like bet.
That's a bet.
But I think that was a good move. Look, Matt Ryan, Davante Adams. You think that was a good move?
Yeah, let's move on. Nope. I don't.
I felt like that was the goddamn swap, the swoop and swap. Green Bay pulled a swoop and swap on Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, yeah, we got you. We're gonna pay you.
Hey, what we gonna do? We're gonna franchise Davante, right?
Got him locked.
And then we're gonna, hey, you see, we keeping your receiver for you. All right.
So
sign right here, initial here, and sign here.
Hey, Davante,
boom. Davante, we're gonna get you the fuck out of here, bro.
Exactly.
The swoop and swap. Like the Allstate commercial.
I agree, but he asked, was it a good move? And no, it wasn't. Who the fuck goes to the Raiders?
You said who goes to the Raiders?
Yeah.
I think it's only a good move because of his rapport with David Carr. That was his college quarterback.
Okay.
So to me, him jumping the ship and going to anybody else in the league is different. But him going to somebody who he had 1,400 yards with in college at Fresno State.
Episode 24.
I think so. Honestly, I feel like Davante Adams one of those wide receivers that can go anywhere and eat.
What's crazy is I don't. The way he plays is special, and it's special in the sense that Aaron Rodgers learned him.
Listen, it don't fucking matter what the route is, who the fuck they got on him. That man is going to get open, and Aaron Rodgers is going to make sure that ball is there.
Exactly. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is going to make sure that ball. It's going to take time for everybody else to learn how he moves. Because he moved, honestly, he's almost
Raiders
like,
suck.
and I hate the way that I hate the way this is going to sound, but he's almost like Le'Veon Bell to me. He's so dominant with the Steelers, but because of the way he moves, it's hard for people to adapt to that. But with him going to a quarterback that understands him, I think it's the great move.
So the only reason I say that is because, like all the things that you just said, but think about the Raiders weren't shitty this year.
Exactly, they weren't.
Like so now we talking about Darren Waller gonna open up, and he's a different type of tight end, bro.
Definitely different.
Like that nigga's a wide receiver who was just taller than all the other wide receivers who they say, well, let's just put you at tight end, right?
And got the underdog mentality,
right? And is off the dope.
When he found out
off the dope.
When he found out he's a dog, man.
I don't never want him to.
I do.
Because of who he is right now,
when he finds
I don't want him to know he's a
Shannon
dog.
Sharp, dog. Like it's
and think about it. Like he ain't even in his adult body yet.
Dude.
Like I was looking at him on
what do you call that?
Bro, like that he's still that's still a kid. Like think about what he gonna look like.
Everybody not gonna have your body.
No. Bro, think about what he'll really turn into when he really hit that gym.
You don't think he been in the gym?
Not like
he
that.
He been in the league 5 years.
But not like that.
They don't want to hear this shit.
Hey, I'm enjoying it. I don't care.
Yeah, because and then think about all the people that's still left in free agency.
All right,
right
Deshaun,
now.
man, talk to Deshaun real quick, bro. Hey, look, I was about to be a Falcon fan. Been here my entire from Atlanta, growing up.
So,
never been a Falcon fan.
The Deshaun situation, I wasn't gonna be a fan, but I was like, shit, I'm going to some games because that's something to see.
Yeah,
like
special.
That's all Atlanta needs. They so fucking sorry.
Yeah.
You just need something to see.
Just anything.
No, really.
Yeah.
No, not anything.
Like a
top three.
Deshaun, Cam,
top three.
I think that's the only thing that makes you go to a game.
Yeah.
That's
agree.
It. And that's what had me. I'm like, I go watch him. It's nobody that I want to go see.
But all the stuff that's still out there, man. Odell's still out there. Jarvis Landry
still out there.
I have no clue.
No clue, Odell.
Yeah.
I heard he might go back to the Browns.
Fuck.
How disrespectful would that be to Baker though?
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter.
You gotta go. Nah,
Deshaun there though.
If Landry stayed, oh shit, what's he call him there? Your boy, ain't he there? Coop. Did they get
Amari Cooper?
Yeah. On the trade.
The Browns on the field.
Hell yeah,
are advertising.
I'm a Browns fan.
Now you know you gotta live.
That's my second team. Fuck it.
Hey, look, you gotta live in Cleveland. They defense legit. You gotta live in Cleveland, so that's the only thing.
Defense legit. They didn't suck ass. The quarterback sucked.
Yeah.
Running back is great.
Let's talk about that man. That got a job right now.
2 running backs are great.
That man ain't got a job right now.
Offensive line is good.
Baker?
Yes.
No, he has a job. He hadn't been traded. He hadn't been released, so he has a job. But he not gonna play.
He ain't got no job.
Cause look, you can't pay him He worth $18 million this season.
Man,
they can't pay that.
We gotta go back to the Falcons real quick. They lost $40 million too. Shout out to the coach for getting Matt Ryan, man.
Hey, I just thought the Browns actually could keep what's his name because of the way Deshaun's contract is structured. Because he got a lot at signing, but his roster, monetary, his salary,
it's like $1 million.
It's really low.
Yeah, it's like $1 million.
So now you could have an $18 million backup quarterback if you don't get what you don't get what you're expecting on the trade block.
I got $230 guaranteed.
Julio still out in these streets.
So Deshaun is cool.
Yeah.
Now we're fine if Baker stays.
Yeah. But
he might not be.
He don't want to stay.
It ain't his choice.
Yeah, because
when you sign that paper,
anywhere he goes, he's gonna be a backup. You're done.
No, I think
who?
Honestly, I heard.
Dude, they're talking about getting Colin Kaepernick. People are talking about getting him.
I heard Pittsburgh, and honestly, he's better than Trubisky. Mayfield is not terrible.
They're the same.
He's trash.
No, he's better than Trubisky.
Wow.
Because
he won the Heisman.
No, Trubisky is terrible. Terrible.
I feel like both of them
roll out of the pocket a little bit.
I feel like both of them.
Trubisky can roll. Have you watched Baker?
I feel like Baker's trash. Yes, Baker, he's not accurate.
He's decent. Trubisky is bad.
Brandon was decent a couple weeks ago at football practice.
If you compare what he look, I wasn't even there.
Decent.
If he was, I wasn't even there. If you compare them,
I'm a couple weeks ago.
But you lose, then
I bet. Cool.
That's what it was.
So man, let's get into the meat of this.
Quarterback,
you crazy, bro?
Oh my god, let's get into the meat of this though.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk body shaming.
Ooh, that's a quick jump right there.
Body shaming, bro. I feel like it's right. I mean, because social media is heavy, right? And we know that's the place where people can go and say whatever they feel like saying.
Yeah.
And almost have no repercussions for their things.
Yeah. Unless
it's something racist, right? But as far as like you saying what you feel like saying about somebody and how they look and all those things, man, it's a you know what I'm saying? It's a free for all.
Let me go ahead and ask both of y'all a question. I know when you think body shaming, a lot of people think about women. As men, have you ever felt shamed or anything about body shaming towards you?
I think it. You want to?
No, you can go.
I think it definitely happens to men. More than people think.
Yeah.
I think. And some people can see it as preference. But it can definitely come off heavier. You know what I'm saying? It turns into a bigger thing because it can be, hey, you don't got these dreads.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it like that per se. But then if you ain't big and stacked, like you ought to be in the gym. You ought to be big and have a 6-pack in. Like, man, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like we joked about something with the homie.
Yeah.
Talking about the leg situation, right? So that could turn into something. You know what I'm saying? Like
stop shaking.
And we don't necessarily think about it in that way. But I think men experience it. I don't want to say just as much because I can't speak from a woman's perspective. Yeah, but I definitely think it happens on both sides.
If somebody said you were fat, how would you internally feel? Not necessarily how you respond, but how would you internally feel?
I'm okay with that.
You cool?
Yeah.
You?
Hell no.
All right.
Why would I be okay with that? I mean. I'm not gonna jump off a bridge. I don't think it'll necessarily hurt my feelings, but it's like, all right, cool. I'm working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's more motivation than anything because I'm actually in the process of doing something about it.
I think that's how I would respond because I actually had a friend. We were trying to both get back in the 6-pack form, and we would meet up every Tuesday night on Zoom and take a FaceTime and we would do abs, 300 abs.
Yeah.
And one day, my man, I took my shirt off. I'm like, I'm getting it. He like, damn, bro, you kind of fat. I was like, had to breathe through it because I'm like,
but Wallace, you do that to me all the time.
Right. But see, that's me pushing it that way. It's different. It's always different when it comes this way. And that's why they say, if you condition, you got to be able to take it. And when he said it, I was able to take it, but I was like, damn, I actually kind of felt that. And it just made me, like you said, work harder. Think about my diet a little bit more. But everybody doesn't take it that same way.
Absolutely.
And that's why I wanted to ask you, like, how do you take it? Because being called fat, it does something to me. It made me like, oh, hold on now.
Because
it's kind of like my ugly.
Already kind of feel like
this is kind of like my ugly, I guess.
Yeah. You already kind of.
You don't care because it depends on what the women say.
No. So it doesn't bother me because I know my body. You know what I'm saying? So I know I could literally take my shirt off, and today you be like, man, yo, fat ass. And then tomorrow, if I didn't eat the muffin that I ate before I got here, I'm not fat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one muffin and a couple of fucking Red Bulls.
That's your go-to.
Right.
But one day y'all gonna sponsor us.
You're gonna have to. But anyway,
straight face.
But I know. But yeah, it's because I know my body, right? So I know, and literally in 2-3 weeks, I could be in a whole different form. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it doesn't bother me and I ain't gonna say as much. It just doesn't bother me. This is my moment to be Brandon, right? Where my was like, no, for real. No, I'm saying.
You know how I took that?
What?
I took that as your moment to be Brandon, as your moment to be kind of a little saturated.
No. So it's my moment. It's my moment, like Brandon, in a sense of like when we were talking to him, and I was like, we were talking about the whole ugly thing, or insecurities, right? And he was like, that shit don't bother me.
Yeah,
being called fat don't bother me.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm 6'4", 250. That shit can look 10 different ways.
You 250?
Probably about 260 actually, but I can make 260 look one way. I can make 260 look another way.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for real. And like
we've seen 260 both ways.
Exactly. So I can make it look different. How I can make it look however I want it to look. Right. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And it takes work.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it doesn't take a lot of work because we're used as athletes, I guess you would say.
Because we're athletes.
Yeah, because we can get at it and we can turn it on and turn it off, I guess.
So let's flip it to the other side. And we know how we receive body shaming, but how do you think body shaming for women affects them in today's society?
I think when a man speaks about a woman, it's just, you're done, right?
What you mean?
As far as body shaming, preference.
When you say you're done, what do you mean?
You're misogynistic and all those other terms, right?
What about women that speak about?
Exactly, that's what I'm getting to. It's different. They can just do it and it's nothing, right? They can say, you're fat, you're short, whatever. Get away with it. We don't really have the freedom to say she's fat, short, whatever, you know what I mean?
Do you think that that's because they don't believe we understand their experience? Because a woman might believe that another woman understands getting to a certain space.
I don't know.
Because I can understand getting to a certain space, but working back to as a man.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what it feels like to be a woman and what to go through and what affects your weight and whatever.
I don't know.
So social media we talked about last time. I didn't mean to cut you off. Social media we talked about last time. How big of a part does that play? Because a lot of the times we promote those women that maybe have had the surgery or maybe their career is fitness. Like
the biggest. Yeah.
So I think a big part of it is not being able to speak to it or knowing as a man, right? And I think because of how social media reacts to men having an opinion on it, I think a lot of men just nah, I'm not gonna say anything. I think depending on your circle, depending on how close you are to that particular woman, I think you can speak your opinion. You know what I'm saying? If it's a discussion, I think offering something like that to anybody, randomly. Period. I think seeing a picture of someone man, you looking a little fat. You pregnant? Bro, I think whoa, but you've overstepped every boundary out here. I think definitely for women.
He step out the truck with a tight shirt on and it folds over. I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, definitely.
but it's also it goes back to the relationship because that was what I started with. Like depending on your relationship with this woman.
Right.
So I think because there's a level of comfortability, right, to be able to speak openly.
Because somebody randomly I don't know that jumps out the truck with a tight shirt, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, or think about a random person or a random person saying that to either one of you about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that response easy though. You know what that is.
But you back at their throat though, right? Versus
honestly,
like your homeboy saying it.
I guess this goes back to one of
Well, I
those.
guess you kind of be at his throat, but not as much.
It ain't gonna be just
it's not gonna be the same response.
But honestly, to me, I probably take what you say, y'all two say, or my friend that was on the iPhone chat more personally than somebody else I don't know. Like if I don't know you, it's the same thing as like we on the field and you talking. Like I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Who are you?
But
to my life.
So let's go a little deeper.
That's right.
Like the psychological effects of it, because social media had like it. We seen studies where the likes on social media triggers dopamine in our brains, right?
Facts, yeah.
Which is the exact same thing that's released when we take heroin. So it's an addicting feeling. You know what I'm saying?
You went to heroin.
That's what the study said. You know what I mean? So it's a very addictive feeling, and it gives us you good. But it's an addictive feeling, but it's a good feeling. So think about how heavy it is when we see the negative comments and like the draggings and everything, right?
Can I say something real quick? Don't lose your spot. I gotta pee real bad.
Hold it.
I can't. We back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We took a few shots before, and we're here. Sorry.
Still here.
Shouts out to Terramana.
Sponsorship coming through.
I think The Rock. I think The Rock will love us eventually.
Nah, he would.
Yeah.
You know he
you
The Rock.
You know, make sure you keep.
You know I stay by The Rock, right?
By his house.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all neighbors?
Nah, not
best friends.
But you know.
I
just like to tell people that because he live where I live. So.
It make you feel better?
It do.
Okay.
I live by The Rock. If y'all need anything.
We still talking body shaming, right?
Yeah, we talking them psychological
The
effects,
Rock make you feel bad about your body.
How is it? Yeah, he can.
Listen, that nigga's a big motherfucker.
Right,
that's what I said, bro. You got to keep going so
bro.
he recognize you.
I don't even know if I want to do that. That's a lot of clothes you got to purchase. But
bro, you almost there.
I think the psychological effects, man. We was back to that. So I think seeing those responses on social media can be heavy, man. Like I think getting it in person is more so just getting it from your friends. You know what I'm saying? People who are around you more. Yeah. But like posting on social media opens you up to everybody. Because most of those people who are posting like that, or people posting period, like sometimes it ain't always people who are on your friend list. So it ain't people that you know, right? Yeah. And it can turn into a whole different situation because now you open yourself up to everybody in the world who has this app on their phone and they can say whatever, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it can get ugly. That can get ugly in a hurry.
It does affect people because I used to be that, I don't want to call myself a bully, but I used to definitely be that person.
You still a bully. We just receive it different now. We grown. You the same person.
Nah, I'm not. I'm definitely talented.
All right, cool.
But yeah, that it affects people. I'll leave it at that.
So 2 questions. So what's our responsibility? Because the way that they receive a body shaming normally comes from somebody's words toward them. What's our responsibility when we're communicating with somebody about weight? And like you said, I think if the space opens up for it, that's when the conversation has. But to just come off the top, I don't think it's necessary. And then 2, have you experienced somebody, you know how they say you never know what somebody else is going through? You experience somebody that might be on the larger side having an attitude. Have you ever gone in your head like maybe they've received so much negativity that they're spouting that on you?
I think it depends on who it is. Right? In certain instances, I don't give a fuck. Like family, I'm gonna let you know. Like if you're getting big, you need to do something about that.
It doesn't matter person to person? Because family's still individuals.
It don't matter.
All right.
like if I have a relationship with you, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, how about this? Is your delivery different to each person?
I'm working on that. You know that. Like I'm working on that, and I know it has to be because when you're talking to your spouse or something, and she may be getting you working out, she's not.
Yeah.
You may you'll come at that a little different. You know what I mean? Just because you don't want to hurt her feelings or whatever, but you still have to let it be known. Yeah. I think that's our responsibility as a friend, family member, partnership, relationship, whatever.
I think you're actually looking out for the relationship because you know what you like and you know what your interests are.
Exactly.
And as men, it may be shallow, it may be just what it is, but we know what inspires.
Why does it have to be shallow? Because
I'm talking about politically correct.
I know.
It may be whatever they want to call it, but we know what inspires us.
Yeah.
And if you're moving in a way that's against that, me letting you know helps me continue to be the person that I want to be towards you.
Especially if
I want to hear your perspective on this.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, especially if in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
If I'm dedicating myself to you, I need you to be, still attractive.
Right.
The same way you need for me to be, right? I don't want to work on that. If I'm working on me for you, work on yourself for me.
Right.
Right? But people try to just chalk it down. Well, he loved me now. It ain't just that. I got to desire you also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's got to be hand to hand.
Yeah.
'Cause I can love you all day, but if I don't desire you no more, men are weak, man. And we just are. So,
I might.
Just get the fuck out.
I might.
I've been reading this. Yeah. I've been reading this book. I told y'all about The Way of the Superior Man, and it talks about polarization, like attractiveness to each other. Mm-hmm. So we may show up and say I love you, but if I'm not polarized towards you, if I'm not magnetized towards you, you're gonna feel.
I want to be fine to my girl,
and I want her to be fine to me.
Yeah.
But see that creates that polarization. But if she's not attractive to me, I might show up every day and do my job.
Yeah,
my job.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna show the love and attraction that I should be showing because of it's just natural for a man to be attracted to to be magnetized towards certain things. Mm-hmm. And it's tough in a relationship because you got ebbs and flows, ups and downs, things going on. But that's something that has to be at least a space to talk about.
Exactly. And all those ups and downs and all the shit you're going through.
I'm here with you.
It's like, hey, but that motherfucker fine. You know what I mean? Come here, girl. Boy. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
That's a bar right there.
That's something to look forward to. You know what I mean? And I want to be the same for her.
Yeah.
Take out the trash, but look, it's over there. Come here, nigga.
Or look on a different level because women are so communicative. I've elevated the way.
It is.
It's
real. Yeah.
Not one of your words of the day, but but look though, women are so they're attracted to communications. Mm-hmm. So me growing my eloquency or my able to be able to talk about different things. Look at we throwing words out there today. That's more attractive too. So me continuing to grow in that space is for her as well.
No, yeah.
So her understanding that and you understand that me, I'm a visual, physical person. Your physicality, the way you look matters.
But yeah, and like I said, when all else fails, not fail, but in those situations, right? And you're mad about something that she may have not done or or did or whatever. At the end of the day, she walk
out that shower. You like
exactly.
Ooh.
But let's just say you mad at the end of the day, and you're not even attracted.
Yeah,
that shit just
that's a different place.
Fuck it, man.
That's a different place.
Just mad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got
which leads to a whole nother conversation. We'll have another day.
Yeah. I got
you got anything? Because I felt like you had something, and I want you to be able to put it out there,
I all the way back to the beginning of this, I feel like it's still a way to talk to a person, right? I still feel like, especially if it's whether it's family, friends, your partner in your relationship, even a stranger, it's still a way to talk to people. And I'm I've learned over time, approaching people, first of all, learning their, like you were saying, their style, right? Because some people you can come at with some rough shit and they'll understand, they get it.
Right.
We talked about the athlete. Yeah. Or learning how to, like, just knowing your audience, being like, hey, babe, like, look, this is what we need to start working on. Like, learning that communication style, learning how they receive things and how to give it, right? So I think sometimes we have to learn those feeder words for people too, because I think sometimes we get away from those and we so caught up in our stuff that we don't necessarily remember that it's for somebody else.
I like that feeder word.
And that's like, you want to continue to feed into people, right? Because if not, then what are they running on? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So learning those words that get them going, whether it's something as far as physical and dealing with whatever's going on physically, or getting them going to get up and start a business. Yeah. To get up and, you know what I'm saying, just get moving. Yeah.
Feeding into them, fueling them,
exactly.
Giving them, because I mean, it's already tough enough as a human being to fuel yourself on your mission.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But for somebody to be feeding you as well is immensely powerful.
And so think about being around someone constantly who's not feeding you. Yeah. That opens the door for a lot of other things.
A lot of other things in your mind, and then a lot of other things physically.
Outside of your home.
Right.
So we have to remember that, man. And we have to also remember, like, everybody don't move the way we move. It's kind of like with the love language thing, right? Like, because we were athletes or are athletes, we can take things and like shit don't hit us the way that it hit everybody else. Athlete, bro. Like we sit up here and we drop F-bombs on each other and we cool with it. You hit your wife with an F-bomb the wrong time, you got to deal with a situation, like whether it's crying or her like being at your throat for the rest of the day.
We showed that with my wife out there. You said something to me and I was like, look, he said the exact same thing that you said to me, right? Or that I wanted to say to you, but because we communicate this way.
Exactly.
And I brought my normal communication to her. And I learned she can't handle that.
Right. Exactly.
Or she doesn't respond well.
She doesn't respond well to it.
Not handle. But yeah, that's understanding who you're talking to.
Yeah, it's knowing your audience is huge, man. Like, and we talk about that with spouses, with kids, with our coworkers, anything. I saw something this week that said, talk to your spouse the way that you talk to your boss.
Man, I saw that. I saw Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, it was like, talk to your spouse the way that you talk to your boss. Don't disrespect me, but then you be at work kissing your.
You want to know what's funny? I'm so universal, dog. Like, what you see is what you get.
I don't have that level of, like, I can honestly say, like, I'm not gonna talk to my boss a certain type of, but I honestly say I can't remember a time when I spoke to my significant other in a way that I wouldn't talk to my boss. You know what I'm saying? Outside, especially not in a disrespectful way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm universal. Like, however I'm giving it, is how I'm giving it. No matter this situation, no matter the room, no matter who it is. Because I feel like I'm not being disrespectful to nobody. It may come off a little blunt, but that's just who I am.
See, I feel like it depends on the person. So the way you do things may be okay in both realms. But some people are very disrespectful to their boss or to their spouse. And if you take that to another place, you're going to put yourself in a bad situation.
That's why I don't think it's disrespectful. You know.
So I think the person that says they might not think that they're being disrespectful, but I think that's why another point to add, because what you said is very valid. Like, I would love for you to be the same person. Yeah. But understand, like, how are you actually affecting the people? If what you're saying doesn't downtrodden and destroy the people that you're dealing with, be yourself in both instances. And that's what I'm saying. But if I
think I'm just all the way.
And your wife understands you.
Yeah, but see, and that's your wife. Like, that necessarily saying that, like, because we was talking family earlier, right? So you can talk to your people a certain type of, and even with your spouse, actually, people change. Yeah, like, we talk about that all the time. Like, people grow, and shit, it don't even got to be a full change. It could be a monthly change. It could be like, I caught enough at work, and now I'm home, and then you. Like, is reading your audience and reading the room right then. Skill. Not just all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not just I know she could take stuff like this. Right. But when you see, like, she ain't looking like she into it that day. Can't. Yeah, she ain't into it that day, bro. Like, today ain't the day to play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or talk like that. So I think that's I think that's like we were talking about. Like I think I said a few episodes ago. That's like a class we gotta take, like or figure it out.
And I think we gotta eventually understand. Like, yeah, you are who you are, but how does that affect each instance? Not even each person, each instance. Like that time when we were talking about Roger. Roger was spilling it. Like he was being honest and transparent, and you was still joking. Right. But to me, in that moment, I was like, chill.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So you said read the audience. To you.
Right.
To Roger, he still was able to do it and go along with how I was.
But you don't know how he internalized it. Because honestly, you could say something to me, like my boy said that I was fat.
Yeah.
And I kept working out. I'm cool. But in my head, I'm like, damn, bro, he just called me out. So just being in certain instances, let me tailor this just to make sure that I'm not creating some kind of negative friction for the situation. Some instances, it don't matter, bro. We here. But some instances, you be like, I'm not even gonna take a chance with this one.
Do
your thing.
That's how you take it. Is how you take it. How I give it, if it's genuine and I know it's not meant to be that way, I'm okay. So how you take it, like, and I'm telling you that, you know, it's this and it's that, and you still take it a different way, that's on you. And that's just me. I try to watch what I say, of course, but I'm gonna be me because it's not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna. So my thing is, I'm always gonna give you what you give me. If you're coming cool, I'm gonna come cool, right?
I think I'm not gonna call it bullshit, but I think you try it first. You try to set the tone, because honestly, you didn't know Brian from
can of paint.
Nothing.
I should have jawed.
But you came at him quick.
But
you realized that he could.
But this the thing though. I didn't give a fuck if he couldn't, right? Because him coming to the team, right? I'm me always. So I'm gonna give him what's me. I'm not coming to him fucked up because it wasn't on no aggressive shit. It was on some joking shit.
But you don't know how he's gonna take it.
Exactly. And if he takes it wrong, fuck him. Like we just ain't this.
And that's why I said you set the tone. Like I understand what you're saying, but you normally set the tone. You don't necessarily let somebody show you themselves. You be like, nah, this is who I am, and see how you respond to it.
That's in a joking way, right? So in a serious way, I always say I'm a reaction type of person.
Yeah.
Just like when we went to a couple episodes ago. Whatever you with, I'm with.
Yeah.
However you come with it, I'm gonna respond that way. Like I'm never coming to nobody negative. I didn't come to Byron negative. I came to him fucking with him and joking.
You think you weren't negative, but what you said was something negative.
What did I say?
I think you talked about his nose.
No, I said, man, who is this big ass? Is this not a big ass? Right? Look at him. He was a person. I ain't never even looked at your nose.
Nobody's ever said anything.
Exactly. Now you done triggered some shit that we didn't know he was self-conscious.
Just called me ugly, didn't he?
So my thing, me and Byron was like, man, who the fuck is this big ass? Right? If he gets mad from that, okay. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what I'm saying. I didn't say nothing that was offensive. I didn't say nothing that like triggered nothing. I wasn't angry when I said it. I was joking and being myself. If you can't take that on my new team, on your new team, fuck you. And it's not like fuck you in the sense that I don't like this. It's fuck you in the sense that shit. We ain't really
I just can't fuck with
it. Yeah, we ain't gotta kick it like that.
I get what you're saying.
But we got people on the team like that.
I definitely think you said something about his nose. But
so I think I get what he's saying. He set the tone to even be a part of this friendship. Yeah. I get what he's saying on that. But I also get what he's saying because it's like, bro, like you could say something that could damage a person, like because at the end of the day, man, we don't know how fragile people are.
We don't.
And so I get what you're saying because I see you want to but sometimes you can't say but because my grandfather told me everything before but shouldn't even been said.
Shouldn't have been said.
Right?
Yeah.
So
also
however, like but nah, like I think we have to especially now.
Yeah.
Because people are fragile. and we don't even know it, right?
And I do respect that.
And we ain't cut from the same cut. Like we, you know what I'm saying? We can say it 100 different ways, but people are dealing with things differently,
right?
At the end of the day,
just like in coaching. We athletes, you have to deal with different players a different way.
Exactly. So, like
I get that.
Like we actually play flag football for a guy who decides to curse a lot. Right?
And some of us take offense to it.
Yeah.
Some of us just don't.
Because I feel like
heavy on
because I feel like there's a certain way you still talk to men.
To men,
you know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference in when we're in a
I do agree.
Like in a college football culture, that's one thing because I'm building you to be this man, right?
Yeah.
But now we're men. We pay mortgages, rent.
We pay to be here.
We pay to be here.
Understand the situation.
Understanding your room, right? And like knowing when you can and can't do these things, right? So I think that's a tough part.
And also knowing who that person is.
Yeah,
right.
Knowing your audience.
It's crazy
knowing your
how
audience.
all of these things are playing together, but you have to be aware of all of these things.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the tough part of being a manager of people. You know what I'm saying?
This is still body shaming.
Yeah, and I was about to bring it back in. Because at the end of the day,
we just riding the day.
You still got to know, because it's audience at the end of the day, man, and knowing how to talk to people, when to even address certain things,
right? Because
sometimes it just ain't the time.
Yeah,
like, and people can tell you that, but you again, it's reading the room. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if I see you don't look like you in that space, I'm not about to be like, man, that stomach getting big, ain't it, my boy? And they can be like,
in the middle of the office,
right?
And like you said, with the Byron situation, I had already, you know what I mean?
You read him a little bit.
Kept his vibe and whatever.
I did. I just turned left and you was like, damn, you big. I was like,
and he could have responded differently. You know what I mean? I would have knocked his ass out. But you know,
hey, he drunk.
Comedian, drunk comedian.
So man, look, we want to talk about something else, and this is for our male audience.
I think it's for women too.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
I don't want to say on the board.
But
no, the topic is the topic, but I think it's for the conversation for both sides.
I definitely think it covers both sides. But is marriage still the ultimate goal?
Is it
for men?
For men.
You try to get that off of you quick, huh?
Right.
See, I'm married.
You ain't want to answer.
Yes. Byron.
Man, I think it is. I think overall, I can't speak for men because that's like a generalized answer.
I just lied about my answer though, but
I think for me, it's still the ultimate goal. But I can honestly say, man, like it's not like honestly right now it may not be as appealing as it was 20, 25, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
You were still in your 30s then.
Yeah, exactly. I was in my 30s. I'm not sure how old these niggas think I am. But I think people look at it different now. I think like for me, especially when I was younger, I saw marriage as being the goal because I saw people being happy, right? And I saw them in like as a married couple, I saw them being happy most of the time. My parents, like I didn't really see them arguing.
Yeah.
And if they did it behind closed doors so that the kids didn't see. Like with my aunts and my uncles, I didn't see like the disagreements and stuff, right? So I only saw like, I guess you could say like the appealing parts, right? Yeah. So it was like always hearts around them in their face, right? But then like as you start to get older, then you realize like, man, these people ain't really happy.
Yeah.
Like, and you start to see things, and kids are super intuitive, right? We you know what I'm saying?
They're stupid too.
You can tell when the energy is off. Huh?
Yeah, I said they stupid too.
Yeah, they stupid when it comes to like little stuff, but they can still feel stuff. Yeah, they can still feel it in the room. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when the energy off. Like, so you like, what's going on with y'all? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then you start and then you get older and older and older, and then you got friends that are married, right? And you like, damn, like
you going through that?
Y'all happy? You know what I'm saying? Like, is what y'all doing? Like man, just leave. Like, just leave, dog. You know what I'm saying? So and so then you questioning everything that you and you know what I'm saying, like all this stuff that you saw growing up, and then like at one point in my life, I remember I saw this couple, and they was like, again, because you're only getting a glimpse of what their life is like.
Right.
But they told me that they were life partners, and I was like, damn, what's that? And they was like, oh, we're not married, we just life partners. Like, I still got my space, she still has her space.
I fuck with you, he fuck with me.
Yeah, like they rock hard for each other, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end, if something goes wrong, they can kind of go back to their own space. Yeah.
So legally, they're not.
Yeah, So I think the goal has changed. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the finish line is a different place now. So I think the ultimate goal, like for me, yes, I still would love to be married. I want to be married. Is it like the ultimate goal for men? I can't honestly say that it is.
I think ultimate though. I mean, you know, just a goal.
It is a goal.
Is it a goal?
I think that word "a" and "the" makes a huge difference.
I think for most men, yes. But man, like, bro, some of this stuff in social media, right? Again, we talked about how it affects. Bro, some of the stuff I see men say, I question if they even actually like women anymore.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, I've literally seen men say.
That's why my answer was gonna be, I don't think it's the goal right now, because why? Right? Most of these guys, they're doing their own thing, been doing it for a while. You're an example of that shit. Like, you don't really need, you know,
back
what
to I need one, right?
You know what I mean? So I think that's a lot of guys, and shit, from the conversations that I've had with, you know, people who aren't married right now, who's my age, shit, not many women care to be married, you know what I mean? So they kind of just doing everything without the paperwork, you know what I mean? And shit, moving on if they want to. So,
yeah. The only reason, and I like that we found that "a" and "the" make a difference.
Yeah.
It's a goal because the goal for me is, the word is legacy, but it's really family.
Yeah.
And to me, what I've seen in the world, the most solid family is a married home couple. People that are living together, working together to build, to bring up the next generation. So, like, honestly, marriage in itself is not the goal for me.
Family.
But it is part of the path to get where my goal actually is. And I understand how valuable a solid home structure could be for the next generation that I intend to bring up. So it's part of the goal, but it kind of shows itself in how I move, because I was like, yeah, I'm looking for 10 years down the line when my kids are here. It's not really like I'm so invested in this right here. Like, this is part of the path. And I don't know how much it hurts, and I don't know how much it helps us moving forward. But that's where I feel like a lot of people, when they decide that marriage is a thing, it's because I want to create a family. I found somebody that I trust that I can create this family with, and it's going to show the next generation some stability.
See, your marriage, like, it's a little, like, different, right?
Yeah.
It's marriage.
Yeah.
Like, as far as me, like, it's family, because we got the kids involved and everything. Like, you know, so I commend you on just the marriage, right? Because it's just shit. That's gotta be rough. You know what I mean? Because like, through rough days in marriage, and you let's say you may want to walk away or whatever, like, you think about the family.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you make this shit work for the family. And
you got daily inspiration when you walk in the door.
Yeah. People that's making it work just for the marriage, shit, boy, you strong. Listen.
I appreciate that, brother.
I wasn't saying you, but you know what I mean?
I heard you, though.
You know, and I have friends like that. Like, just the marriage itself, that shit is tough.
Yeah.
Especially when you ain't got nothing else to really just, you know what I mean? Like,
no other ties but saying I'm here.
Exactly, but the love. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can have the love, but the family of it all, man, that shit is a beautiful thing.
And that's why I feel like the goal is legacy family.
Yeah.
But a goal in that is marriage, because I feel like that's part of the stability of the legacy.
Yeah.
So do you think, like honestly, I know your parents are still together. Mm-hmm. Your parents are not divorced, together, but they both have remarried, right?
They're both in relationships.
Okay, they're both in relationships. Oh, my bad. Dang. Yeah. But so do you think that played a part in how you view marriage
now?
Yeah, like, or even as a, like, yeah, I guess you say now, because as a kid, I think you saw it a little bit.
There's situations now I don't think affect, but I think because I spent so many years with the vision of marriage and stability, I think they were married for 28 years. I think that has an effect on me in the sense that I saw how impactful it was for my life. And I want to be able to give that to my son, my daughter that come behind me. Now, what happened when they got to a point where their son and daughter were out the house or doing their own thing, that's a road I'm going to have to talk to them about and learn from them about, because that's different. And that's where a lot of people that they talk about marriage and transition, one of the transitions is empty nest. Now it's just us again. Like, how do you maneuver that way?
Do we even like each other enough?
Right, yeah. We spent so many years working for the family. Are we even mentally here for each other now?
But see, within that family, you have to find the love also. But I'm talking about the, you know what I mean? Like I said, the tough times, the toughest times.
Like
family
like knowing
helps.
that like you don't necessarily
marriage helps.
Like you don't necessarily like each other, but
marriage.
you love each other.
Yeah.
And
But that's what I was talking about, that polarization. Like, I still want to be attracted to you because I love you. I signed up for this. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do my job. But you're going to feel when I'm not polarized or magnetized to you. Yeah. And that affects women or people a lot.
So do you think, for you, do you think it was like, you think that was something that affected you? Like seeing your parents together?
Hell
like, did it make you say, I want that?
Hell yes. I know that's the only thing, because like you can ask any of my friends. I got a friend in Florida. We knew B was going to get married first. Like, because that's just, it's me. It's what I wanted. I wanted the family, right? Like, because I thought about how our family was. And it wasn't mama who, she going to, it wasn't welfare all the time, but you know what I mean?
She going to be watching. Exactly. She going to call you. But,
slap this shit.
Pause.
Yeah,
hey.
Yeah, exactly. But I saw what we were able to do with what we had, right? Yeah. And it was cool. We had a cool little upbringing up, when it was cool. And so I saw that, and my whole time thinking like, man, I'm about to get a family, and we gonna be doper than this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So hell yeah, seeing that is definitely what made me want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
What about you? I know your parents divorced earlier in your life.
I think I think we had a talk, like how it affected me in other ways.
Yeah.
So I think it did. I think it definitely played a part in me not getting married earlier in life. I think I looked at it like, hey man, this shit could fall apart at any time. Like a person that you love could not want to be there. You know what I'm saying? I saw successful marriages.
Right.
I saw love and I saw what it was supposed to look like. And even when my parents weren't together, my father was a part of my life. It wasn't like, I'm not like one of them people like, I never knew what my dad was, no shit like that. Like my father still, like we did like real TV dad shit. Like, hey, go get your bike. We're going to ride around on bikes. You know what I'm saying? Like we did. And it wasn't just sports. You know what I mean? But in my mind, I still felt abandoned.
Yeah.
Like I still had moments where I felt like even as an adult, I think back and I'd be like, it'd be shit that I'd be doing in my everyday life. And I'd be like, I should have got this from my dad, but I had to learn it off YouTube, or I had to learn it. I had to learn it from I had to learn it from my barber. You know what I'm saying? You see TV kid like learning how to shave.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, my dad didn't teach me. Yeah. So I didn't get that. I didn't get those parts of my life from him. So I think those parts affected me mentally and I didn't know it. And then when I got old enough where it did start to affect me, I took it out on my mom more than anything else. So I think the effects of it were definitely there. I may not have even realized it.
Yeah.
But I think it affected me At the time, like around the time when B was settling down and like, hey, like let's get married, I was like, what we doing tonight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on tonight? But yeah, I honestly saw what good love looked like. I saw what love was supposed to look like. So I understand what it is, and I know it's there. But it's just like, man, like bringing it all together, I think. Yeah. And I think for me, honestly, it's probably best that I didn't rush into it or get into it when I was young like that, because it would have fallen apart. Because I didn't even know myself well enough to realize that those things did affect me.
Yeah.
To have to bring somebody else into it, and then it affect them.
I think it's so big for us to take time, especially, and normally there's a signification of leaving college, going into the world, but at some point, taking time to really learn who you are and how things in your past have affected you, so you don't bring that whatever negative that may be hidden in your current state into another relationship.
Exactly.
So you all are able to grow, because there's some stuff I'm finding out about myself now that I really wish I would have known before I got married. Now I'm trying to hash it out.
But I've also noticed that, like when you were saying, like around the time I was settling down or trying to, get married or whatever, the people who didn't get in early are struggling to find relationships now.
I think you're getting a habit of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to a place where you like, I figured this out.
Yeah.
Like the stuff, like I was watching I watched a clip from a podcast where this lady was telling all the things that a woman brought to a house to make it a home. Mm-hmm. And the dude was like, I could pay somebody to do that. She was like, I cook, I clean. He was like, I can hire a chef, I can hire a maid. What else you bring?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think people start naming all these tangible things that they bring to this table.
Yeah.
When really what you're looking for is companionship and love.
Bro, that's it.
Like,
somebody I can have fun with, somebody I can trust with, somebody I can grow with.
Because I'm
going to change.
And I remember like,
but I can cry to that. Don't judge me.
Don't give me my space to be as vulnerable as I need to be.
Yeah.
Right. So I think all those things play a part, and people don't even realize that that's what they're actually looking for. They start talking about this table and money and like cooking and cleaning, bro. Like, to me, as a male adult, you should be able to do all that shit by yourself anyways.
And I've already defined how important it is to me.
Exactly.
So like I got a level, if I have a level of cleanliness and you want to do more, that's really on you. Because I know I'm going to make my area
like bro, like at this point in my life, honestly, if I got married, I'm still going to wash my own clothes. Like, because that's what's been happening for the last 25 years. Yeah. So that's still going to happen. Yeah. So when you get into this, like, bro, I just need you to be like a super dope companion.
Yeah.
Just show me the love that I actually need, right? Do those things and we move forward. And I think that's why, because when you find that, then it's like, damn, do I need some paperwork for that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why.
Is that going to change anything?
That's why you start to see the shakeup of the goal being marriage.
Yeah.
Versus just finding that love that you need. I think the marriage part of it can possibly keep you there.
Yeah.
But do you want to just stay there because you're married?
You're trying to see the paper?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. We 112 in. Y'all want to dive into this last piece?
Might as well.
That's what I was about to. I was actually about to say the same thing.
You want to hold it?
Because that's gonna take us to 2
hours.
Ooh, boy, that's
we can cut it
right there.
We can cut it.
That's gonna take us to 2 hours.
All right. So now you gotta no. So you gotta drop your word today.
I got you. Yeah, I probably looked it up already because I told you earlier.
Yeah, I ain't really hear y'all wouldn't pay you no mind.
All right, cool. That's good. All right, so the word.
Hold up. I really appreciate your perspective on that because you are different than both of us. I appreciate the way, one, that coming from parents that separated early, but then also living a life where you've been single for majority of your adult life. That's a perspective that I'm not necessarily able to think through on my own. So I appreciate that.
I was going to say that after we finished, like, for you to have been by yourself this whole time and still want to, that's major.
Man.
So honestly, man, it can get tough, like just being for real.
Yeah.
Because you especially as we get older, right? When you're in your 20s, like, and that was one of the effects. Like, you become promiscuous because you don't trust like you should. Yeah. So you kind of just letting people in, right? Yeah. But you letting them in only at arm's length because you still don't trust, right? So then when you start to let people in, you're like, all right, cool, this is working, and then it don't work. Then you like, see, I knew. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I get that, like, for sure. The reason I'm able to even communicate it like this is because I got older and realized how it left me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you need a little bit of ignorance to get married?
I think there has to be I think what's the word I'm looking for? I think love. I saw you thinking through it. I think it's. I don't want to say. I think there is a certain amount of ignorance because ignorance is bliss, right? So I think because you just don't know, it's like, yeah, hey, let's do it. And then you again, like, because I started to notice it through other people's, and I, you try not to judge how yours would be based on theirs, right? So because you still want to leave yourself open to your possibilities, and you don't want to go into it like, see, I knew this shit was gonna happen. I saw this with my boy, and now you might as well pack your shit and go.
But I will say that you are more prepared for scenarios to go down because you've talked to and heard from other people. Yeah, because that's one thing that I actually didn't like about older people telling me about marriage. They would say it's hard, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, hard shit is happening in my life all the time, but tell me why it's hard. Tell me what was hard. Tell me how you got through it, because that's a different conversation, a different perspective to say, oh, we overcame infidelity. Oh, this actually happened, and we had to spend a year and a half to rebuild, and what I had to do to actually rebuild, to reconcile.
Exactly.
Not just
they just say it's hard, but they ain't tell you they slept in 2 different rooms
for 10 years. Yeah,
exactly. So I think gathering perspectives is, I think that's good, but it can also be damaging.
It could be.
It can be damaging. You know what I'm saying? So I think
like, that shit can make you not even want to do it.
Right. We always talk about our toolbox, right? Yeah. So you just take what you want from those things, and you just like, you know what? I'm glad you said the talking part, because I heard the talking part a lot, and I realized that's, the communication is a big thing, right? Yeah. So I also realized that I can't let my day end with us being pissed at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have.
Sound good.
You should be making steps toward it at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be like, fuck you, bitch, and then she go to sleep. Like that. That's the last thing y'all said to each other.
But, okay though. So
but look, sometimes me, like, us get into it, and then me going off and being just in my own space is actually steps towards reconciliation, because it gives me a chance to really see what I did, what I said, how it affected it, and where I'm actually trying to get to.
And now is a different time. So the toolbox, right? So I know I shouldn't let that happen. I should, even if I just shoot her a text from another room.
I'm thinking through this right now.
Like something you gotta let something be known, because if not, then it lets things fester.
I'm learning.
The last thing you want, and this is me, right? I'm not speaking for anybody else. The last thing I want to do is have to imagine or figure this shit out by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because then I can put whatever narrative on it I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's the communication part of it.
Yeah.
So
100%.
But hey, man, that was a good talk.
It was, bro.
That was a good talk.
I'm glad you brought it back around. That definitely wasn't done. God damn.
Yeah.
Shit, bro. But yeah.
Word of the day. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah, that was quality.
But no, that was dope. The word is satori. All right, y'all want to give that
That's English?
Yeah, that's so. It's English.
All right, I need a spelling and a definition and a sentence.
A spelling and everything. Definition. Look, I just want a sentence.
So I'm gonna give you the definition first. Sudden enlightenment. That's it.
Sudden enlightenment.
We were supposed to define it, but
the light bulb pop up over your head.
Listen, that's exactly what I said when I looked it up.
Okay.
Satori.
Like an epiphany.
Can you use it in a sentence though?
You use it in a sentence.
I don't know the word.
Satori, motherfucker.
read the sentence, bro.
The sentence. It's like the road that leads to Satori.
Okay. Have you had a Satorian moment recently?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that light bulb go off. There it is, right there.
That was
Boom.
it. That was it. Nah. Great example.
I think people will have Satori. I'm adding A in at the end. Satorian moments after listening to this. At least that last part of the conversation.
No, definitely. Yeah.
I think this was a good talk.
It'll be something that just. Oh shit.
Yeah. That can help.
Take out the trash.
100%, man.
Because all that shit was trash. But hey, man, that concludes another good episode, man.
Great episode.
Look, these things is getting deeper, brother.
We left a topic.
Yeah, listen. It's a whole. We could have gave y'all another. We could have gave y'all another 45 minutes of that, man. But we definitely gonna hold on to that one. But man, we appreciate you guys spending your time with us, man. Letting us borrow this many minutes of your day. Whether you watch the whole thing, man, maybe you skip through.
I know they skip.
Because I know somebody that get past the sports every time, and she tells me.
That's
she's
cool,
like,
man.
Hey, I don't want to hear that shit. And I was like,
that's why
all right,
get it out the way
cool.
first, man.
Yeah, that's why we put it at the front so y'all can go ahead if you don't want to. But hey, man, we gonna learn you either way. We gonna learn you. We gonna learn you. So, man, again, thanks for coming and spending a little time with us, man.
We appreciate it.
Before we go, I put my 3D beard oil on, man, and I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I was getting some compliments.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding.
Yeah.
My best friend got married, man, and people was complimenting the beard, and that made an old man feel good about himself.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Telling you, bro, I use that joint every day. This morning, you walked in talking about it, but I was like, that's that 3D.
He said, but he oiled that beard up though.
Nigga ain't brush his teeth, but he oiled his beard. Okay.
Damn, man. Not that transparent.
Oh, my man. I thought we was open.
I did after that.
Vulnerability, brother. Even if it ain't yours, he'll make you vulnerable for you. But hey, man, we appreciate you spending time with us.
Definitely,
subscribe, like,
share,
comment, share. Man, y'all, hey, I can honestly say, man, we really appreciate y'all. Like, straight up.
I felt like I was a little more chill today, too.
I agree.
It was probably that tequila. A whole lot less. It was probably that tequila.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It was probably that tequila.
On myself.
It was that third shot.
That just shows that everybody has different realms of themselves. They can
absolutely.
You got different spaces because you still had a lot of value to this conversation. So appreciate you, bro.
And we appreciate you, brother.
Oh, thank you. I don't need that shit. Don't do that.
All right, take that.
All right. Well, never mind.
Not yet.
What is it? April what? Is it April 10th?
15th? 15th?
Like okay, cool. Yeah. Sounds good. Hey, we're going to see, man.
Come in hot.
We're going to see. But hey, man, thank you guys. Man. See y'all again.
This how I'm feeling inside. Every line that I write.